So I thought about what kind of videos I could make, and I'm doing a kind of analysis of porn, especially carp and feral porn, because those are the categories in which I found some deeper meaning which could be transferred. I'm curious about how these artists use the medium to influence reality to have a certain effect on the sexual systems. So I was thinking about this, that I looked at the images, I made notes, and a video of this will come, just analyzing, and there will be another video where I take what I analyzed and make some new art out of it, so we can see how we could make these systems better and how we can use them at all. So this was what I had planned. And then I realized I'm playing safe. I'm playing to build a stable foundation which hopefully no one destroys if they encounter it. I think I don't want that. I think I want to have fun with this place. I want to Terence McKenna said something. If reality is language, we can hack it. And the language analogy was right, kinda, as everything is kinda right. We perceive our reality through the language we use, and it's the possible operations and the limitations come from the languages you know. This is not a point where you lose something if you don't have the language. It's just you can build better toys. So I thought, I have this opportunity. I have this furry system which gives me some tools. And I would like to explore these tools the furry system gives and see what we could build with them. What they are in the first place. These sexual tools, these sexual patterns are, I think, a good indication of what the furry system does with its focus on communications. And I think because communications is language, it's a good point to start playing with reality in that sense. So I will be trying to... First I make those videos that I referenced earlier to get a grip of how the system feels. To have an alchemic process which gets me started with the other alchemical processes. And what I mean with alchemical process is a process which is not only done in the physical realm, but also in the psychological realm. Like, for instance, lots of things. Making pizza, making some chemical, making a fursuit. These are all analogies and systems which can be transferred in the mental realm and with which can be built again. Is this all I have to say? I think so. But I think it's the important things. We have this furry system. I would like to explore it more in a systematic sense. With having the scheme behind it noted down, and with these videos as a kind of reflection of myself. So I know I learn it because I teach it. You understand what you mean? What I mean? I can know it for myself, but only I can understand it. If I note it and reverse engineer it, I can maybe transfer it and learn better how it works. if I would only learn it myself, I would probably learn it, but use it in an unconscious sense, which I will, of course, still do, but I got lost. But like this, I will have it a bit more on the radar of what I am doing. I have it more towards the ego, more in the light of the ego. I think you could say it like this, yes. So the fairy system has a few anchor points. You could go over the psychology of the mask, which is of course the fursuits, and the mask with which are sonas themselves, because that's one tool of that the structure gives. It's anonymity. It's having a persona and the awareness that personas can be built and how they are built. I think that's the first thing I should start with. Building a persona, pointing out, here are these systems, these parts of the mask are coming to play here, and I think a sona is also something which has multiple ways to build it. I think I should start with basic. What is the least things you need? And expand from this. What kind of systems can you use to expand it? What kind of expansion ports do we have? And I think because it's a persona, like your persona, it can be self-aware, it can be a paradox. So the possibilities it has to change reality are extremely big. It's kind of an interface you're building. Oh yeah, I think that's how I want to organize it. The sona as an interface with levers and lights and stuff to help me build other systems. You build systems to build systems for you, because if you would build every system, that would take forever. Or you, in another sense, make bots for you to build things. And I think the sona is the main bot, the main interface, and interface. It's like a company. You have a system set up, and if I don't know, I watched that with a company I once worked for. But I don't know if I remember it. If your workers are always quitting, there's a number for it. How fast people change for a specific job, a specific position. And that is an indicator light. It's just a number, it's going up and down, but it's an indicator light for something that's telling you, okay, that system down there is something wrong. You need to fix that. And if you know it's an indicator light, it's clear how to work this thing. You know how the system works. There are levers, there are lights, you have these and these numbers, they show you what's going on. You don't have all the data, you just have the data you need. And if you need to put something and expand on it, you can do that manually. But the systems you expand should be controllable from the main part, from the main sona. So that's basically what I'm doing. I'm building a sona, which is the main interface. And that interface we can build out. And I think that's the next thing I'm doing. I'm building the sona and making a video about this. And after I build the sona, I will look at these pawn images and how they work, and figure out how I could integrate them, make a system out of them, which I can then, as a port or a separate box or expansion port, put onto my sona, and how I connect the levers and the lights, and all of that I will explore. I drank some energy drink and I'm too fast. My body is too small for those drinks. And I'm really fucking high. But I know what I'm doing is right. I like that. So I'm starting with the Fursona because that's where everything begins, and then the expansion ports. And the expansion ports is what I can expand on. If I got one done, I can go to the next one and use the same pattern, but a different tool. Maybe there are tools that can't be, how do I say it, bind it with a pattern. But I think we will need an extra tool to bind those tools. But we'll see. Okay, bye!